Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on when you're viewing this. If you're live, hello, it's Friday morning, 10:30, nearly, very nearly, and we are about to start our Pilates for postnatal recovery and progressing your postnatal fitness. My name's Natasha, this is Babi Active, live on the Babi Active page, and if you're watching on replay, thanks, and please comment below and let us know if there's anything that you enjoyed from this session. Good morning, Jeanette. Let us know if there's anything that you enjoyed from this session, or anything that you'd like to see in these sessions, any questions you have. Our job is to guide you on exercises to do whilst we are training at home, and to give you some tips on how to get fit during your postnatal stage. I also have some little videos that I can perhaps put in the comments as we go along for exercises and stretches that we can do outside. So I'm going to start putting those in as well for you as we build up. But today we have the home studio, so make yourself comfortable, completely comfortable in your space today, and wherever baby might be. Baby can sometimes be looking at you awake, or baby in a bouncer, or perhaps baby's asleep, or perhaps baby's with somebody else. So you can involve baby, of course, with blowing kisses and baby and counting with baby. Baby loves to hear the sound of your voice, so have a think about that when we're doing repetitions and when I'm counting during the session, and just have a go at maybe counting if baby's awake with you. We've got a little bit of light music that I'm using. I'm keeping that near me, so I hope that you can hear that well. And for today's session you will need, I've got my stretchy material, so I know you've been practicing with your stretchy materials. I don't recommend using a bungee, but I do recommend using support stockings or kind of old leggings. I'm going to be using this behind our heads today in this action, and thin air will suffice, so do not worry if thin air is all you have. You're still going to get that really good engagement. If you're thinking about using those muscles, you'll get that good engagement. So we also have a light set of dumbbells, so if you've got light set of dumbbells, we'll be using those for some lateral raises, bicep curls, and maybe a little bit of balance work. You can see my toes there, maybe a little bit of balance work as well. We'll see how we go with that. We usually finish on the floor. This session is specifically for those who are 6 months and fully healed and have done lots of walks and lots of preparation, feeling really strong and ready to progress a little bit. So I'll give you lots of options, of course, to make sure that you're taking the right level that's appropriate to you. Please, if you're not feeling too great today, just press pause and come back to this later. It will be here on replay, so we have that there for you. Any questions about your health relating to postnatal fitness, then just come back to us and we can answer those questions for you. So we're ready to go. I've got my camera up this way so I can see that is my camera there. We shall start warming up. Have a drink on hand. Let's get started. Warming up, standing tall please, in your space. So just remembering that we're starting off these sessions feeling 100% fit and well and ready to do some work today. Roll those shoulders. I'm using bare feet. Work with what feels comfortable for you. If you're working out, maybe you're taking these sessions and looking at them in the garden, so use your appropriate footwear for the surfaces that you're on. Rolling those shoulders, easing out any tension. Fabulous. And then just bringing your hands by your sides. We're going to point. We're doing that again. Okay, so here we go, here we go. Just gently beginning to awaken the body here. Feeling flowing movements. I'm not locked out by any of my joints. I'm feeling that I have a little buoyancy in my knee, my head and chest is lifted. Gently squeezing and awakening those back muscles, typically lazy back muscles here, sitting forward. Same again on the other side, really thinking about lengthening your spine here. So imagine you have a halo on your head. It's going to bring you that tall position, feeling smart, long through the spine. Do 2 more. Gently squeeze. Straight away we're here working on our balance. Let's have a squat. Push back for the arms. Really drive them back with ease. So 4 more there. Pushing through the hips at the top. Let's just practice coming up onto our toes, hands on hips. And if it feels good, give it a rock. Give a little rock. So we're not using that Pilates breath, we're just using some movement, awakening the body. Trying to get a little bit taller in our height. Fabulous. Bring it back here. We'll do same movements. All right, let's do that again. Just 4 each side. So we're coming here. Here we go. We're going to squat. And we come back. And swing. And a smile. It's the end of the week. We're going to change sides. Think about long levers. Think about making yourself feel long. Long in the leg, long in the spine, long in the arm. So a little bit more coordination each week. Stay here. And don't worry, it's not a choreographed session. These are aimed at beginners. But there are options for those who are more experienced. Either by adding a little bit more coordination challenge, a little more dynamic for you, a little bit more balance, or adding some load to your movements. I'm going to take my feet a little bit wider. And then I'm going to start to circle my arms and slow down. Slowing down. Reaching up, back, down and around. So filling up the space around you. Let's just do one more big one. Biggest one of the week. Fabulous. Big stretch. Looking good. Take the legs a little bit wider and just take yourself side to side. Take your arms out. And just notice how much you lean forward and how the weight is in the soles of your feet. And then I'm going to try and roll my shoulders back. So I'm lifting that spine again. Now I'm loading more through the back of my body. So I'm going to swim these arms. Spread those fingers as brightly as you can. Are you getting warmer? These movements are designed to get you feeling stretched, energized, ready for the weekend. Brilliant. I'm going to stay in the middle now. Stay in the middle. Palms up together, palms face down. Then palms are down. You don't have to go too deep here. Weight is in the heels. 8. Shallow here if it doesn't feel too good. You can also bend the arms. 4 more. Weight in the heels for me. Connect to your pelvic floor here. Say hello. Last one. Walk it together. Fabulous. Feeling a little bit warmer. I'm ready to take this off. Let's lets me know that I'm ready to do a little bit more. All right, so I'm just going to start off here, standing on one leg, and then standing on the other leg. Then I'm going to do that, rotate my wrists. See if my feet can go the same direction, and the other way. We have good and bad days, don't we? In our concentration, all depending on how we are, how we are in ourselves, and how our hormones are, how well we slept, if we're hungry, tired. Nice way to bring your mind into your body, to coordinate your actions. All right, I'm feeling quite warmed up. I'm feeling steady. We are going to do some movements straight away with our bands. So grab a band. So in fact, I will show you what this looks like with thin air, so you know exactly what we're here to do. So this move is a lateral pull down. So if you've been in the gym, you'll know that you're usually sitting on a lateral pull down. So usually sitting on a bench, it comes away from the machine, and there's a bar. There's lots of different adjustable bars, and one of them is long and it's angled like so. And you can grab the side of it, and this works into your back. So your arms will come up as the weight comes up off the stack, and then you'll pull the weight down. This is working deep into the big muscles in the middle of the body. So all the muscles of the back, but particularly the rhomboids in the middle of the back, the latissimus dorsi around the back, and then the trapezius muscles as well. It's working there behind you. And we're trying to give you that extra work in your upper back and throughout your back to help you with your posture. So if you've got a band, it's the same action. So you're here. And so if you've got a ponytail like me, it might kind of graze the ponytail. And all I'm going to do is angle my elbow. So look, here I've got a view of myself in the camera. It looks like a W. You see it? So just think about that for today. And don't worry if the band is not level. Fabulous. So just try your arms with thin air. Make a W. And just look at the corner of your elbows and just notice if they're forward or they're on your peripheral view. And they should be in line or just behind the line of your shoulder, so working them backwards. Have a feel of that. If that feels a little bit too strong, just bring them to a shorter range of movement. We're going to use the Pilates breath here. So let's check out that Pilates breath. So inhaling through your hands here. And then just softly blowing out. Allowing some contraction here. Inhaling. And exhaling. I can feel the muscles pulling away from my clothes. We'll do two more. What I want you to do is think about awareness of the rib cage expanding, and also in the back, expanding, and then not coming forward to push your hands as you inhale. You may even catch, if your body awareness is being switched on, and if you're used to thinking about the pelvic floor, you may even feel the pelvic floor muscles just lifting a little bit with you as you breathe out. So a double contraction there. Just try again. Let's just do two. Inhale. Exhale. And again. Fabulous. Just try to do that with the arm line. Somebody else on, just let me say hello. I don't know. I can't see who you are, but good morning. So try it with the arm line. Base of support is always easier, wider. Right, anything wider is easier, anything narrower is more challenging. So here, inhale, exhale. Inhale. So imagine you're at a wall. Actually, this is good to do at a wall. If you can get your elbows to the wall, or just feel your subscapular bone at the wall. It's going to open you up. Try not to push your rib cage forwards here, so tuck it in. Feel those muscles working for you at the back of the body. I'm going to use the band and I'm going to do 12. So you can stop at 6, Fidget, realign yourself, come back. We'll do one set of 12 and then we'll add this exercise on to a lower body exercise, so it gives you choice. So here, just check yourself for your posture, so we're not sticking our tailbones out or too far in. We're tucked naturally neutral where you feel steady. This band is coming down. Your hands are coming down. Are we ready? Let's inhale to prepare. It's 12. Inhale. You can go at your own rhythm. And if you start to feel a bit lightheaded or a little bit uneasy, you can take this in the seat. You can stop. And just swing those arms like we did in the warm-up squats. Get that oxygen flowing into the body. So I'm counting, hoping this is 5. I'm getting really warm, really concentrating. The leaves are away from my body. I'm having to work hard with that blood flow. 6 more. Trying to keep my head and chest tall. Spine's in neutral. 5. So muscles coming towards the spine as you exhale with the effort. Nearly there. 3, 2, and 1. Big smile. And release. And have a wiggle. And we'll roll the shoulders to ease out any tension. So feeling that you're working on that upper body. I'm going to add in a leg line here. We've been working on this one. So standing tall, leg is coming away from the body. And this is working as well as your balance, of course, with the Pilates breath as an option, or just go through the mechanical movement itself. Just the movement is enough. And then we're thinking about not taking our leg as high as it can go. We're thinking about taking it where we feel a full activation on the hip and it doesn't compromise our alignment. So your headlights, you imagine you've got headlights at the front of your hips and they line up with your knees and your feet. They line up there. So when you're taking this leg out, we're just trying to keep that facing forward. Try it on the other side, just shift your weight and have a little tap. So if you're not feeling too steady, you don't have to take your foot and keep it off the floor the whole time. That's like right off the sack in the gym. You can just complete one and let the weight come down to the stack. Okay, so let's try. If you like the arms, use the arms. So you would be here. So this is the most challenging version. If you feel that that's a bit too much, you can pull across the chest. So less challenging, moderate. Just like this is enough for you, we'll use the breath or we'll use the movement and we'll do 12 on that. Think about what you want to do, stop halfway through, reset your posture and just come back when you're feeling great. Are you ready? Long through this spine. Here we go, inhale, exhale. 2, lots of concentration. 3, 4, 5. Softening that supporting knee. And rest. Squat. Squat recovery. We're going to stay here for a little squat break. We're going to stand up onto our toes for those who want to. We're coming up for 8. Squat, lift. Squat, lift. Squat, lift. I'm going to do a few more of these and I want you to think about letting the pelvic floor on. Keep it on for 4, And just see if you can work with it, engaged. Here we go. For 4, 3, big smile, 2, keep the pelvis on if you can, and 1, and then ragdoll to release. So if you're starting to feel a little bit too tense up in your upper body anywhere, or just anything that feels uneasy for you today, just make it an easier option on the other side. So bring your levers closer to your body. Just remember you're keeping your shoulders down and away from your ears on this exercise. Big smiles. We're good to go on the other side. So I'm going for 12. Forgive me if I do 1 rep more, 1 rep less. Say hello to baby wherever baby is. And then roll your shoulders to prepare. Softening this leg so it's not locked out. Checking in my shoulders. I've got these 4 corners of a rectangle, so I'm just aware of those. I'm aware that I'm lining up on that side. Trying to keep myself steady. That's really employing the trunk. And of course, making our muscles work in the middle, which is what we're aiming for. Here, drop the shoulders. Let's do 12. Inhale. One side feels much easier, doesn't it? I think that's 5. 6, 7, 8. Squeeze those muscles behind you. 10, 8, 11, and 12. Drop it down. Just working to that pelvic floor. This time we're going to try that zipping up from the back. And if you just only have a connection with the back muscles of the pelvic floor, the sphincter that we've talked about in our little chats. So go back through our videos and look towards the end of our videos and you'll see lots of useful chats. So thinking about the sphincter at the back passage, and then maybe how you can connect up to the front of the pelvic floor. So if I do this with a lift for those who want to onto your toes, integrate that action. Should we have a go? To try and zip up from the back passage to the front. So let go, then turn it on. This is 8. And if none of this makes sense, just give us a shout and we'll go through it with you. So zipping back to front. As you come up on your toes, you're at the front at urethra. 4. Squat. Calf raise. Last one. Well done. Ragdoll. Fabulous. I don't need my band anymore for this next exercise. We've done great. We're working on keeping our bodies active. Let me know if you're working out with a band or if you've got something else that you're using, and get your dumbbells ready. We are going on the floor for this next one, so make sure you've got enough room around you. So I'm going to imagine that I have my baby with me, and my baby is Pumba. So I'm just going to put my baby approximately here. So my baby would be lying on their back, wouldn't it? Or tummy time? So when I come to this next exercise, this is about rolling down through the spine and coming out. Just going to give them a little bit more room. So I want you to think about how you're getting down to the floor. We'll do a couple of roll downs first. So we're going to roll down. So let's take your arms up, soften these knees, and then take your arms behind you. Really opening up here. Chin to chest, soften the knee, and we're going to go down for 4. And then coming up. Let your arms go, loosen off here. Roll up through the spine. So no Pilates breath. And then sweep those arms up, down, around. We're going to do that 3 more times. And I'm just going down for 4 for this one. My arms are just hanging from my body, and I can feel tension releasing between each vertebra as I come up. It feels really good. This time we're going to go down, so we're going to do 2 more. We're going to go down for approximately 8 counts. Just enjoy this movement. Take it nice and slow. Chin to chest. Keep the shoulders back and then bring them down to roll with you. Let the arms drop. You might go a little bit further with ease this time. It's not important about how far you go, it's important that your legs are bent. Notice if that feeling of release is rising through the spine. Big, glorious reach on top. Feels fabulous. Let's go down another 8 counts. Reach up, come down. Soften those knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice if you've gone a little bit further. Every time you do this movement, this rolling down through the spine, you're loosening up all that connective tissue, all the ligaments getting a little bit more movement in them, lubricating in the synovial fluid of the joints and increasing your range of movement. Really unwinding from lots of tension that gets in through our spine, of course. Okay, to go to the floor, I'm going to come down on my toes. Down onto my toes, I'm going to reach forward and I'm going to work on a hover. Roll the shoulders back, so not sinking in the back. Now cat-cow, it's nice and flat. You can see my knees are off the floor, so play with your knees off the floor. I really just want them off the floor about an inch, or about maybe, 3 centimetres, not much. And then I want you to do that for 3 seconds. And then I want you to come straight back up and stand up tall. So we're going to do this exercise first. Let's do 3 of these. So let's do, roll the shoulders, lengthen the back, lift your knees off the floor, and just feel that you've got your tummy muscles engaged. 1, 2, 3. And then walk back. So you can come onto your knees, and then you can bend, and you can stand up. So let's just do 3 of these. This isn't with the Pilates breath. This is about getting onto the floor, picking a nappy up, picking a toy up, picking the dummy up or wipes, and then going straight back up. So just notice where your body is asking for support here. Coochie coochie coo for babies. We've got babies. Hello. 1, 2, 3. Kisses for babies. Babies near you. 1 more. Reach up. Take this at your own speed. Spread the fingers really widely. Knees off the floor. 3 seconds. And back up. Reach up through the spine. Fabulous. So this skin exercise is going to get you really warm. It's a great one to do if you have to go down to the floor anyway, which, let's face it, we're going down onto the floor multiple times a day. So when you're feeling particularly energised, you know you've got a little bit more time, just take a walk out into hover, use your breath with you, think about how your body's feeling, think about how your body's working for you, take your time and come up and do it again. Maybe you'll do work towards 10. And then that will be a little kind of movement snack in your day. And your body's going to love it. It's going to boost you. You're going to feel great. It's going to move that lethargy on. Okay? This time we're going to progress that movement. So we're going to take ourselves out into a plank, from a hover to a plank and back up. We're going to do 3 of those today as well. So this is, again, to get you used to going down to the floor, working on your chest muscles, through the arms. So just have a go. Come down, come to a hover. Let's try the 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and then take yourself out. 1, 2, 3, and then push yourself back through your toes, and then come up. Mind your equipment around you, toys, etc. And coming down, so onto your toes. Lengthen through the spine, head and neck is in line, palms are flat on the earth. 3, 2, 1, out to plank. And then push back. You only stay in the plank for a couple of seconds. You don't have to stay there for too long. We'll do 1 more. I'm just going to try and roll my shoulders back this time when I'm in my plank, so my hands, notice that they're right under the shoulders. So when you're ready, just come down, walk like an animal with those hands padding along the earth, roll the shoulders back. 3 seconds on your hover, or go straight into your plank if you're not feeling the hover is too good for your wrist today. Roll the shoulders back. And then bend the knees. That's the bit I want you to work on, is the bending the knees. Pushing back through the palms of the hands and then rolling up through the spine. And you're done on that section. have a little breather. I'm going to have a little drink break. It's coming up to 11 o'clock. And then, thank you for helping. I'm going to put Pumba back in the bouncer. And then I've got, you did great there, by the way. You did great there. We'll be working on those exercises. Well done. We'll be working on those exercises as we go on. So remember, this is your 6 months to 12 months progressing postnatal fitness. So let me know if you want me to give you an option that doesn't put pressure on the wrists. I can do that. Who's that there? Charlotte Jones, Bodidar. You're using a bathrobe belt. Spot on. Anything to give you that feeling of traction, of it just gives your muscles activate, don't they? I mean, they activate with thin air. You can all do that yourself, and you can see the muscles activate with thin air. So, you know, just contracting like that is enough. But if you have something to hold on to, you'll get more. You'll get more out of it. Well done. Okay. Let's have a think. Every week on the 6 months to 12 months session, this is the Progressing Your Postnatal Fitness session, we have a guest exercise. And today's guest exercise, Charlotte, I know several Charlottes. I think you may have come to the session with me indoors, so you'll recognise this exercise. So today's guest exercise is kneeling to standing. Okay, so kneeling to standing, I'm going to do 8 on each leg. You may need to use something to stabilise yourself. Just give yourself a bit of support if you need to, using the mantelpiece or have the sofa nearby. It's effectively a lunge down to kneeling. Okay, so I'm going to do 4 going forward and 4 going back on the same leg. So your hands on hips will help you. So that it looks like this. This is one leg, this is my right leg. Any leg will do. I'm going to come down to kneeling. Foot flat on the floor, toe tucked under, push back and stand up. So that's 1. Lunge to kneeling. Push back. If you like your pelvic floor activity, can you give me some action on the way up? So here, press the foot, pelvic floor, a little bit of action. Should we do it again? This is the forward version. Pelvic floor here. Do some action there. Going to move forward, same leg, backwards to kneeling. Just go when you're ready. Step back. Concentrating on that movement. How's that feel? So you can even begin to take a weight with you. So we'll practice this as we move on. It might be our guest exercise another time. We'll add on a weight. Practice with the pelvic floor if you can. One more time. On. I'm going to go down. That's my last one on that leg. And then I'm going to bring myself to standing. This time I'm going to bring myself to standing as I want to. Have a little wiggle. Should we go on the other leg? So we're doing 4 forward, 4 backwards. It's just to kneeling today. So if I stay in the same position, that would be good for you. So let's go again. This is the other leg. When you're ready, just go. So find the pelvic floor work. This is again functionality of a mum movement. Here it is. She's grabbing something off the floor. She's forgotten it. She's got to go back. She's got to go back down. Other side, other leg. This one's going back now. So back. You're dropping it down. Give it to the baby. And this is making you feel that you've got to do a bit more. So I'm having to pick something up, I've got to do something more. So it's a good one to practice if you've got something around you. You can have a play. Oh, I sat down then. That's floor to kneeling. That's the next one. Well done. Fabulous. If you need a little bit sore off that, give them a good rub. Well done for having a go at that. I hope that was easy to follow. Some useful movement. You'll find you'll be doing that subconsciously. You'll find yourself moving like that, tucking the toe under at the back, and bringing yourself up to standing, just a little bit more easier on the body, on the back, helps you to use your muscles more correctly. Well done. Yes, exercise is done. Arms, shoulders. We're doing 30 seconds of this. Yeah, we're doing 30 seconds. So we're doing 30 seconds of a bicep curl with the weight that you love. Very straightforward. You can do single, single, double. Very straightforward exercise. Your comfortable weight, please. 30 seconds, and then we'll do 30 seconds of a lateral raise. 30 seconds of a lateral raise. Okay, so pick the weights that are comfortable for you. If you happen to have 2 sets, I would go heavier on the biceps and lighter on the shoulders. Okay, we're doing 30 seconds of that. So have a little pit stop. Find yourself a space that you've got your posture ready in. Think about your base of support being wide. I've got a couple of sets here. I'll see how I am with those. So I'm using what's comfortable for me. So I'm just going to roll my shoulders. And you can also fidget around, stop when you have to. 30 seconds, pick your weights up for me. It's bicep curl first. When you're ready, just go. So I'm going to watch my watch. Watch my watch. So bicep curl, try and keep the body as still as you can. And if you can, try not to strangle the dumbbells because they haven't done anything to you. So nice light grip on the dumbbells for me. That's it, all the way up, all the way down. And if you really want to get your pelvic floor involved, you've got 8 seconds. That's it. Strength in the arms. Building strength in the arms, that's your 30 seconds. I'm going down onto the weights on my shoulders. I'm going to correct my posture. If you've got the same weights or you're holding your tin beans or your bottles of water, stay with those. And we're going 30 seconds. So here, I'm going to take the weights to the side of my body. So my wrists are flat. I'm trying not to get you to hang off the dumbbells. So I'm trying not to get you to do this at the wrist. Keep that nice and flat, like it's kind of like a piece of wood. Use the wrist extensors properly, and that will give you more strength in your grip on your hands. So I'm exhaling here. My elbows are slightly bent, can you see? Lovely. So working on the shoulders, which is going to help you perform your planks and your press ups. Well done. I'm going to stop that down and go back to my biceps. I'll stop my watch. And I'm going to go again. So bicep curls. Are you ready? We'll see if we can get another round in. Go. Roll those shoulders, nice hand grip. Yeah. Here we go. I'm not using the Pilates breath here. I'm just making sure I'm breathing fully. I'm just making sure that I have lots of oxygen flowing in my body to support the movement, and that I'm standing as tall as I can, and I can feel the muscles working inside my body to support this weight as it pulls tension from my midline. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, big breaths, and 1. So as mums, we're constantly lifting and carrying things, so anytime you can get some arm work in is a great opportunity. Let's go again. We're doing 30 seconds with a lateral raise. Pick up your weights or stay with them. Ready, steady, go. Shoulders for me. There we are. So forwards, facing dumbbells, flat wrist. Exhaling with the effort. I'm getting really hot. I need to open the window. We're almost done for today's session. That's my 30 seconds. 4, should be challenging now. 3, 2, and 1. And when you challenge your muscles, those last couple of reps, they're the ones that want to be challenging, and that's where you're going to get hypertrophy. So you're only going to grow them as muscles if you're looking to get stronger by fatiguing them and stressing them effectively, because stress is good and it causes our bodies to adapt. People think stress is bad, it's got a bad name, but we actually need stress to adapt ourselves to progress, and that helps us deal with the inevitability of change. Okay, well done. So we've done 2 short circuits on the biceps and the shoulders, and now I want to go down onto the floor. So for you have a choice. Going down onto the floor, how do you want to do it? Do you want to squat down here, or do you want to practice the kneeling to standing. But I'd like you to have a go at that and make yourself comfortable on the floor. We're going to do the saw. So this is about rotation. I'm going to add in your arms today. So it looks like this, but you're sitting on your bottom. If that feels too much on the arms, we've just been starting off like this for a few weeks. You're sitting on your bottom. You could sit on a chair. I'm just going to lift my hips up slightly. This is always good, excuse me, to lift your hips up. It just takes pressure off. If your flexibility around the spine, around the hips. So if that feels good for you, use a cushion. I'm going to have a quick drink. And then we're ready to go. And we're almost done. So I'm going to sit back onto my cushion. And now you can sit cross-legged for this one if you want. Straight away your posture falls down. Let's think about getting our posture up. And then we'll have a bit of a stretch. So here you can bring your legs narrow. Exhaling, this is a Pilates breath exercise. I'm really lifting through my chest. I want you to imagine you've got a halo on your head. The neck is long, shoulders are away from the ears. We've worked on this in a previous session, a couple of previous sessions. I'm working on this with beginners. My position just feels a bit better there. And then I'm trying to get as far back as I can without knocking into this behind me, my rotation. So take yourself for your base of support. It's good to remember we talked about sitting on our ischium, so those two seat bones. So see if you can feel those, rock side to side, sit on them as opposed to tucking them under. So it's curling and rounding through the spine. Rise up here, check your posture, roll your shoulders. We're going to work inhaling and then exhaling to twist. And I'm going to do 12 in the same direction today. I'm going to extend my arms for half and then fold my arms for the other half. You can do arms folded across the chest or have your arms extended. Extended is more challenging on the body. This is about flexibility of the spine and supporting the muscles around the trunk of your body. Lift the chest. And we're going to go here. I'm going to do my first 6. So inhale, any leg. Exhale. So no bulging at that midline. No tugging and pulling through the spine because your rotation is too strong. Narrow your range of movement. If you can look behind you, if that feels good, do so. If you've got lots of space, it feels good, do so. Last one here. I'm going to fold my arms on my chest. I haven't got a great amount of room behind me there. Lengthening through the spine. Try not to sink in the middle here, ladies. So aiming to get that toe, big toe on this cross. And that's my rotation target. 3, feel my muscles drawing in as I twist. Lovely coordination, ladies, last one. Excellent, let's bring those legs in, have a short break here. Just bring your feet together and then just see if you can just get a little bit of release somewhere. What feels good for you here? I feel good rocking side to side, swiveling on my seat bones. Do what feels good for you. Roll the shoulders and get ready for our last set. Roll the shoulders, lift up through the spine, sitting on the seat bones, drawing our attention to our posture, halo on top of the head, arms out to the side, drop the shoulders down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, twist. Present your chest forward. You may feel your pelvic floor lifting on the out breath. Drop those shoulders, present that chest. 2 more, you're doing brilliantly this morning. Soften your smile, lift your chest, say hello to baby. I'm going to bring my arms onto my chest. 6 more, here we go. Stop if you're feeling it's too much. Rising in that thoracic spine. Free to go. Slow and controlled movement means the muscles have to work harder. Last one. I'm feeling that now. and relax. So bring your legs to let them have a flop. Have a little bit of a stretch on the legs. Well done. So let's check here. Fabulous. Alright, so what I want to do is put you on your side, so a side lying exercise. And I want you to try your Pilates breath with an arm line. So let's do a little bit of stretching first. So let's just bring ourselves onto all fours. And then just take one leg out behind you. Can you see my foot? I'm just pushing this heel to the earth. If you need padding under the knee, just roll up your mat or grab a cushion. This is about stretching the calf between the knee and the ankle. So you might just need to push a little bit more, or you might need to release and come back into it again. Wonderful. Easing out any tension there. And then the other side. So here, just press your heel down. Just feel how good it is, how easy it is to get that stretch. It should feel very good. Working on releasing any tension. I'm just going to go into it again. So that's all about the stretch, not the alignment at all. We're focusing on that stretch for me. Okay, and then what I want you to do for this time, for those who want to, you can either come up onto your kneeling position and bring your foot forward and just begin to press slightly forward. There you may have a big stretch there already, depending on how tight you are. Okay, so this is the psoas and the hip flexors, always working across the front line of the body. I'm going to take this position, all fours, roll my shoulders, and then I'm going to take my leg up here, and then I'm going to extend there. So that's the progression. So if you feel like you want to go there, you can. You're quite comfortable here, very close to your chest. Take that position and stretch there. Let's just hold it for 3 cycles of breath. While you're kneeling, you can use your arms if you're kneeling, do a little bit more. Neck is long, gaze towards the floor. Foot is flat in the floor. Full breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then taking that back down. Let's change that over. So you swap in, you on this side, stay here if this is more comfortable for you. Or come here. So I'm rounding my body down towards this so that I can get access into this bend at my hip and then give myself this lunge. You can straighten your back if you want to work harder on that. It's 3 breaths, so take it as you need to. One more breath for me. And then drop that down. Okay, so we'll come onto our side line and then we'll do a hamstring back stretch on our back before we finish. So on the side lying, I'm giving you this exercise to just feel what it's like side lying and see if you can address your wobble. And there is a Pilates breath in this exercise. So you can either have your arm out on the floor, some people prefer to be like that, and straight away my body is twisted towards the floor, so I want to address that by coming into position of my hip, my hip is on top of the other side, so the shoulder is on top of the shoulder. You may prefer it like that. Some people have a pillow there and they like that. Now I'm going to address my hips, yes, and I'm going to try and stack the hip on top of the other hip. And I can see that I'm really trying to wobble, so I prefer to be like that, with a pillow underneath there usually. But we're only going to be here for a short time today, so I can rest. And my neck is not in line, can you see that? Ideally I'd have that line. I'll grab that for the next time. The next time I'll have a block or a... So I'm just feeling my alignment here with my leg. It's not the exercise, I'm just feeling my hip alignment. So I'm trying to get that hip on top of the other hip. The exercise is the arm line with the Pilates breath. So this is working here and seeing if you can work your muscles towards the spine on the out breath. So inhale, we'll do 6. Exhale, keep yourself really steady. Inhale, this arm is behind your peripheral vision. like we did on our lateral pull down in the beginning. Try and keep yourself steady. See if you're rolling forwards and backwards. You might need to just stay here and do the breath. I've got 3 more. Really pulling my muscles back towards the spine here. And stacking myself. I can feel myself trying to cheat, so I'm lining myself up nearly on every repetition. I'm sorry my arm isn't all in the frame there for you. Last one. Try not to tip forward or back. And then just roll over onto your back there. You are going to do the other side. I'm going to swivel around. Let's just do a little stretch here for your hamstrings. If you've got something stretchy, grab it. If not, you can just do this with thin air. You know the stretch, and you're quite flexible already. It feels good to let that leg go on the other side. My shoulders are still connected to the floor here. If it feels irritable in the lower back, bend that underneath leg. Let's do a couple of circles here. And just see if you can hit the hamstring somewhere else. If it feels too tight, it's already screaming at you, just hold it still. Ease out of it so that it's not pinching. Smile. 2 more big breaths in. Drop your jaw. 1 more breath in. That feels amazing. So, can we do the other side? You're going to go in your band, or you're just going to go with your foot as you wish. This leg is bending to start with. Roll the shoulders into the earth. You probably hold your leg. If you're not using a band, try not to hold it at the knee joint. Try to hold it below or above the knee. Just play with it. Play with your foot. See what it feels like. See where the stretch is. Notice where your body is talking to you today. We do this to release tension through the body. So as our muscles work under load, under tension, under force, dynamically, as they work, the fibres, they slide across each other. And they come out of their natural state. So a couple of circles. So what we're doing is stretching a little bit. We're just giving them a bit of a break to bring them a little bit closer to where they were before. They won't go completely back, those fibres, to where they were before immediately after your exercise, but we're just removing any lactic acid built up or any tension, and that's why we do this stretch. So I'm just going to take that one with 2 breaths. Stop if you've had enough already. We're going to roll over onto your other side, and we're going to do 6 arm lines. Arm floats with a Pilates breath is next, and then we're done. So easing out of that. Find a way to bring yourselves up to seated. If you're still feeling unhealed here or weak or tense anywhere in your back, do not rock up. Just roll over to your side and push up. And give yourself plenty of time to support yourself through transitions from moving from the floor to seated, floor to kneeling, floor to standing. I'm going to swap over here. I'm going to go a little bit further back. And here's my block on this side. So I can try and put my block under my neck. Sideline. Find a sideline position. Just notice where you are. You can put anything under your neck. I've actually got a few things. Look, props on this side. On the other side. It's a cushion. It's much better on my alignment. Can you see that? My neck is now long. My arm is here. I'm stacking up the hips on top of the hips. I'm just going to test my hips. See if they're stacked on top of each other. That feels good. Notice my rib cage. Notice my shoulder could be hooked in, plugged in a bit more. And then as my arm comes up into my plant, I'm just coming to the side. And here I'm trying to stop myself rolling forward and back. Really imagine that you're a long line here. And just, if you're finding it wobbly, really wobbly, just do the Pilates breath here. It's really going to engage you. It's a really good way to bring that, bring all the muscles and the fibres here to connect again. It's another way to heal the tummy through giving you that connectivity. Yeah? So inhale. Arm line or leaving your arm on the floor. Notice those wobbles. Inhale, stretch and long through that lever. I'm wobbling. 4 to go. Pull that arm down just like you did in the lateral pull down. 3 more. Reach up and behind you. Tuck your rib cage in. Inhale. Exhale, gently draw those muscles toward the spine, big squeeze. It's kind of like a plank. Squeeze, last one. Roll onto your tummies. If you feel tender on your chest, you don't have to rest here long. You can come up and you can do a quadricep stretch straight away. I'm just going to rest here, 2 breaths. Slow breaths. So I'm stretching here. I'm keeping a distance between my hand and my foot and my bottom. Snuck a 3rd breath in there because I speeded up my breathing with them. 3 breaths is the ideal. As I'm at the end of the session, I recommend stretching for 3 full inhalations, exhalations, or 5. Five's great if you've got time to do 5. You use that stretching time mindfully, and it really just calms your nervous system down. I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm actually going to finish with a short breathing exercise. I'm going to sit on a cushion. I'm going to do a short breathing exercise with you, and then I'm just going to just show you those getting up and off the floor again exercises, covering that. This is about protecting your back, and I have a short video about that I can pop into the box. If you're watching and you've enjoyed this session, if you're watching on replay, you can just give us a comment down below. I'm getting to sound like somebody on YouTube. Give us a comment down below. You can do that anytime. You can also message privately, Babi Actif, and we do our best to respond to any questions you have. We hope that you're managing all of your exercise outdoors as government guidelines suggest, and then employing some of these exercises and layering those into your weekly routine. So here I'm just going to prop myself onto my bottom. I'm going to cross my leg because it feels good, and I'm actually going to grab a cushion and a blanket. The cushion's here and the blanket is here, and I'm just going to cover my feet up for coziness, and I'm going to do a slow breathing exercise. So this is to calm, this is to offer you calm at the end of your session, and then we'll just have a short chat as we're bang on time, and I'll put that video in which will help you visualize more of the movements with a buggy. So here, bring your awareness to your spine. If you feel that your hips are achy, just use something underneath and prop them up. I feel okay here on this one. Remember those sitting bones. You can nudge yourself to feel that length, just like we did in the Pilates saw exercise when we turned our bodies from side to side. So let's just bring our attention to our spine. Hands can rest anywhere. And this exercise is based on yoga breathing technique. It's a very straightforward breathing technique, but it does take a lot of practice, and there's so many different ways to do it. So we'll just do 3 rounds of breath here, and we will do inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 6. That's the task. So you're going to slow your breathing down and then exhale. If you don't like number counting, it doesn't have to be precise. So you could just breathe in for 4 or 5 and breathe out for 5, 6 or 7. And the idea is that you're lengthening on this one on the exhale, on this practice. So when you're ready, bring length to your spine. Find a sense of ease in your body, in your presence, in your mood, and just notice what thoughts are running through your mind. If you like to close your eyes, it's a good time to do so, or you can just gaze down towards the floor, which is what I'm going to do. And the alternative is counting on your fingers. Some people can coordinate the counting on their fingers that way. So I might try that today actually for my concentration. When you're ready, take a breath in. Open your mouth. And then regulate your breathing. Bring yourself back to a natural cycle of breath. Noticing how that feels for you today. I hope that helped give you a little bit, just a tiny little bit of breathing practice. Just 3 cycles of breath. You could of course go for longer, count the inhale and make that longer. There are variations of that. I myself just found that I hadn't opened my mouth because I was concentrating so hard on coordinating the movement of my fingers, especially after doing the concentration of work and coordination in my role as a trainer. Then I felt that it would have been better if I'd have opened my mouth to begin with and dropped my jaw. So that brings us to the end of the actual workout session. I'm just going to see if anyone's got any questions. I'm going to have a quick drink, and then I think I'm going to put the video into the comments, which is a video about keeping our backs, using our backs, supporting our backs better with the mum movements, which is what we've been doing today. So thinking about getting up off the floor with no hands. So here we are. Getting up off the floor with no hands. So today we did it from kneeling, but of course you'll probably be sitting on your bottom. So you'll be sitting on your bottom, and then you'll be coming up and trying to imagine that you're holding your baby, because you've just finished changing baby, might be there. However you are there, however you decided to change baby, you're on the floor, on the bed, and then you can leave baby there. You can bring yourself up onto your knees, tucking your toes under, grabbing baby towards you, and then coming up that way. So you're feeling that way, and then you've forgotten to pick the nappy up, dirty nappy, so you've got to go and get it now. Same thing. So it's a really useful way of getting up and down. And then the other one that you'll see in the video is coming down into here, which is putting the baby into the buggy, depending on how what kind of buggy you've got, isn't it? So this one's a facing forward buggy, and the baby's nearly 1, that kind of size baby there, sitting up there. So thinking about how you lean over, so you're putting your baby in the buggy that way, and thinking about how we move. When we first started the sessions, we were looking at a bend to extend pattern, and that is exactly the same movement here. So it's that bending to extending pattern here, and then using our bodies here, lining our spines up. And take a shoulder roll before you do some of those movements. If you're putting the buggy in the car or the car seat in the car, it's the same. Coming down here, give yourself a shoulder roll and doing a preparation move like that. Sometimes I do that before I lift something heavy, just to remind myself what I'm going to do. Take a few movements, and people do look at me oddly, but that's nothing unusual. That brings us to the end of today's session. I really do hope you enjoyed it today. Pleasure being with you here this morning. It's the end of, well, it's the beginning of May, actually. So welcome to May. I look forward to seeing you for the 6 weeks to 6 months, which is on Tuesday, and then I'll be back here. I'll be back here again next Friday. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.